Good afternoon, dear students. Welcome to all for today's social class. In today's class, we will see Geography, third lesson, Australia, the flattest continent. Page number 113, 113. Okay, listen, dear students. Location, extent, and physical setting of Australia. Now we'll see that. First one, Australia location. The continent of Australia is situated completely in the southern and the eastern hemisphere. It lies between 10.45 degree and 43.39 degree south latitude and 113.9 degree and 153.39 degree east longitudes. The Tropic of Capricorn passes approximately through the central part of the continent. Listen, the Tropic of Capricorn passes approximately through the central part of the continent. Which continent? The Australian continent. Now we'll see that extent of Australia. Australia is the smallest continent, both in terms of area and population. The total area of the continent, including the islands of Tasmania, is 76.82 lakh square kilometers. Listen, dear students, Australia is the smallest continent, both in terms of area and population. Got it? The total area of the continent, including the island of Tasmania, is 76.82 lakh square kilometers. Got it? You know already the Australia is the smallest continent in terms of area and population. Got it? See, it is double the size of India and a little smaller than the USA and the seventh among the continents in order of size. Got it, dear students? The Australia continent is double the size of India and little smaller than USA, and it is in a seventh among the continents in order of size. Got it? The continent is 3,940 kilometers from north to south. How many kilometers north to south? 3,940 kilometers from north to south. Okay. Then 4,350 kilometers from west to east. Got it? West to east, how many kilometers it has? 4,350 kilometers. Got it? Its coastal line is 19,310 kilometers long. The Australia continent has how many kilometers long of coastal line? 19,310 kilometers long coastal line. Got it? Okay. Now see the physical setting of Australia. The continent of Australia is located between the Indian Ocean and the Pacific Ocean. It is bounded by Timor Sea and Arafura Sea in the northwest, Torres Strait and Coral Sea in northeast, Tasman Sea in the southeast, and the Great Australian Bight in the south. Listen, dear students, the physical setting of Australia. The continent of Australia is located between Indian Ocean and the Pacific Ocean. Got it? The Australia continent located between Indian Ocean and Pacific Ocean. Got it? Okay. Let's come next page, page number 115. Physical division and river systems. Physical division. Out of the total land surface in Australia, 94% is less than 600 meters above the sea level. Got it? Comprising a flat lowland. Therefore, it is known as the flattest continent. I hope you understand Why the Australian continent is called as flattest continent? Because listen once more, I will explain. Out of the total land surface in Australia, 94% is less than 600 meter above the sea level, comprising of flat lowland. So, it is known as flattest continent. Got it, dear students? Since most of the continent is occupied by the desert, it is also known as desert continent. Structurally, Australia was a part of the ancient Gondwana land. Listen, dear students, the Australia continent has or occupied desert. It has more desert. So the Australia continent is called as desert continent. Got it? Most of the continent is occupied by the desert. So the Australian continent is called as desert continent also. And another name is flattest continent and desert continent. These are the two names of Australian continent. Got it? Okay. On the basis of topography, Australia can be divided three physical divisions. They are as follow. The Australia physical divisions can be classified into how many divisions or how many types? Three physical divisions. What is? Let us see now. The Eastern Highlands. Second one, the Plateau Lowlands. Third one, the Western Plateau. Let us see now one by one. Page number 116, the Eastern Highlands. This physical division lies in the eastern part of the continent. It extends from Cape York in north to the Bass Strait in Tasmania in the south. The mountain range, the Great Dividing Range, lies roughly parallel to the east coast of Australia. The mountains are very rough parallel ranges. Got it? The mountains are very rough parallel. Got it? Okay. Listen. It has steep slopes on the eastern side, but it slopes gently to the west. Listen, dear students, the mountains in Australia continent, they has steep slopes on the eastern side. Which side? Eastern side. Eastern means east direction. Okay. And it slopes gently to the west. For west direction, it has slope. Got it? They form a formidable barrier to the early settlers who reached the eastern coast of Australia. So they came to be known as the Great Dividing Range. In New South Wales, the steep slopes are known as Australian Alps and New England Ranges. And some of the high peaks are covered with snow in winter season, like Mount Kosciuszko, 2230 meters in the division, is the highest peak of the continent. Listen, dear students. In New South Wales, the steep slopes are known as Australian Alps and New England Ranges. Got it? Got it, dear students? The steep slopes mountains are called in Australia the Australian Alps and New England Ranges. Got it? And some of the high peaks are covered with snow in winter season. Let us see now which is the highest peak in Australian continent. The Mount Kosciuszko is the highest peak. Peak means mountain in the Australian continent. The Mount Kosciuszko has how many meters height? 2230 meters height. It is the highest peak in Australian continent. Got it? Let us see now second point. The Central Lowlands. It extends from the Gulf of Carpentaria in the north to the Encounter Bay in the south. It lies to the west of Eastern Highlands. It has inland drainage. The rivers flows towards Lake Eyre, which is situated in the central part of the region. The world's largest Australian basin is located here. Listen, the central lowlands can be divided into three basins. How many basins? Three basins. Let us see now one by one. The Murray-Darling Basin, the Lake Eyre Basin, third one, the Carpentaria Lowlands. Let us see now one by one. See, observe the pictures. Australian wells. The pictures shows the pictures are Australian wells. Observe carefully. Okay, come to the point. The Murray-Darling Basin is separated from the Lake Eyre Basin and it is in the north. It is a rich agricultural area of the continent with adequate water supply. The Lake Eyre Basin is a vast sea-shaped area. It lies to the north of Murray-Darling Basin. Listen, dear students, the Murray-Darling Basin is separated from the Lake Eyre Basin. Got it? The Murray-Darling Basin is separated from which lake? The Lake Eyre Basin. Got it? And it is situated in which direction? In north direction. And also the Murray-Darling Basin area is a rich agricultural area in the continent. Got it? Because it has adequate water supply. Got it? The Lake Eyre has which shape? It has Caesar shape area. The Lake Eyre Basin has vast Caesar shaped area. Got it? Got it, dear students? See, observe the picture, River Murray and River Darling. They give a picture in page number 117. Okay. It is the lowest part of Australia and the bed of Lake Eyre is the lowest point. Many salt lakes are found here. Much of the region is a barren desert and very sparsely populated. The Carpentarian lowland lies to the north of Lake Eyre Basin, separated from the Barkly Plateau. It is drained by the rivers Flinders and Mitchell. Listen, dear students, the Murray-Darling Basin is lowest part in Australia continent. Got it? The Murray-Darling Basin area is the lowest part in Australian continent. Got it? And also it is the bed of Lake Eyre and it is lowest point in Australian continent. Got it? And many salt lakes we can see in that region. Okay, let us see next point. The Western Plateau. It extends from the Gulf of Carpentaria to Onslow. It has Perth and Albany in the southeast. This tableland occupies more than two-thirds of the continent. Listen, dear students, the tableland occupies more than two-thirds of the continent in Australia. Okay. Tableland means flattest land. Tableland means what? The flattest land. Got it? It is mainly a desert area on which dunes are mostly mobile. Some of the famous deserts located here are the Great Sandy Desert, Great Victoria Desert, and Gibson Desert. What are the great or famous deserts located in Western Plateaus in Australian continent? Listen, the Great Sandy Desert, Great Victoria Desert, and Gibson Desert are the great deserts in Australian continent. Got it? Great Sandy Desert, Great Victoria Desert, and Gibson Desert. Okay. The plateau is as well as the Deccan Plateau of India. There are some isolated inselbergs and hillocks. Among them, Musgrave and McDonnell are the highest ranges in Central Australia. What are the highest ranges in Central Australia? Musgrave and McDonnell are the highest ranges in Central Australia. Let's see now river system in Australia. There are few rivers in Australia as a result of a great aridity and high temperature. A large part of Australia is a desert. Now I hope you why the Australia became a desert, you know already. I hope you understand. If you not understand, listen once more. There are a few rivers in Australia. Got it? The Australia has only a few rivers as a result of great aridity and high temperature. A large part of Australia is in desert. Got it, dear students? Why Australia became desert continent? Because in Australia it has great aridity and high temperature. So the large part of Australia is became desert. Okay. Most of the rivers of Australia are short and flow into the lakes, and they are more than the rivers which flow into the sea. Most of the rivers of Australia rise in the Eastern Highlands. Got it? See? The Murray is the most important river in Australia. Which river is important in Australia? The Murray River is an important river in Australian continent. It rises near Mount Kosciuszko in the southeastern part of New South Wales. In the beginning, it flows west, then southwest 2590 kilometers, and finally flows to the Bay of Encounter. The Darling, Lachlan, and Murrumbidgee are its main tributaries. Tributaries means sub-rivers. Okay, tributaries means sub-rivers. This river is useful for navigation in certain seasons. The east flowing rivers are short and swift. In Australia continent, the east flowing rivers are very short. Short means you know, and swift means fast. Swift means fast. Fast. Okay. They are the Hunter, the East Flitzuri, and Belyando. The rivers Mitchell, Gilbert, and Flanders in the northeastern part flow towards northwest and join the Gulf of Carpentaria. Got it? The Daly, Victoria, West Flizery, and others flow northward and northwestward and joins the Timor Sea. The rivers Cooper Creek, Diamantina, and Mukumba drain into Lake Eyre. Rivers Murchison, Avon, Blackwood, etc. drain into the Indian Ocean. There are some lakes in Australia. They are small in size and most of them are salt lakes. Listen, dear students, the Australia continent has some small lakes, few small lakes in this size, and most of the lakes are salt lakes, salt water lakes. Like example, Lake Eyre, Lake Grinder, Lake Torrens, Lake Blage, etc. are the salt lakes in Australia continent. Got it? And of those, the Lake Eyre is the largest. Among them, which lake is the largest lake? The Lake Eyre is the largest lake. Okay. The world's largest monolithic rock, Ayers Rock, lies to the west of Lake Eyre. Listen, dear students, the monolithic means single stone. Mono means single, lithic means rock. The world largest monolithic rock located in Australian continent near Lake Eyre. Got it? Observe the picture in 119 page number. Observe that. Ice Urulu rock, that is monolithic, that is a single rock. Okay, it is the largest monolithic ice in the world. Got it? And see, observe Lake Eyre picture they given. Observe that. Okay. Okay, dear students, I hope you today's class you understood. In case if you have any doubts, you can come at any time and clarify your doubts. Okay. And today's homework is make any 5 own questions in today's topic only. Got it? What I done today in the topic, you need to make any 5 own questions and send today. Okay, dear students? Okay, thank you. Have a nice day. Thank you.